Good morning, students of class 9. You are welcome back to the e-classes now. We are doing history, socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution. We have reached the subtitle 2.5, subtitle 2 and part 5. So, the First World War and the Russian Empire. We'll talk about that, and later in our next class we'll talk about the impact of the war. So, today we'll talk about the First World War and Russian Empire. Today's date is 2nd of June 2021. That is the date. You go through the date, you learn date wise as well as the subtitle 2.5. Now number 1, there are altogether 8 points. So we'll go through one by one and listen carefully, try to follow and pay attention. Now in 1914 we know that from 1914 to 1918 World War broke out in 1914 and lasted for 4 years. In 1914 war broke out between two European groups. Alliances means groups. Between two European groups. Who were those groups? Which countries were in those groups? Let's talk about two groups. First group, Germany, Austria and Turkey. These three countries, they were also known as Axis power or Central power. These three, Germany, Austria and Turkey, they are known as Axis power as well as Central power, whichever you can say. Now next one, second group is France, Britain, Russia, three countries, and later on Italy and Romania also joined. So that means the 5 countries. They are called Allied forces. They are called Allied forces. So you can see the two groups. Now, number 2, each country had a global empire. What does that mean? Each country had a global empire, means they had colonies all around the world, spread all around the world. Each country had their colonies. So, and not only that, and the war was fought within Europe and outside Europe. So you can see that the war was fought outside Europe as well as in Europe. So the war was fought on land, in the sea and in the air, and all around, not only in Europe, all over the world. So that's why it is called a world war. So now you can see that this war was known as First World War. This war is known as First World War. Now number 3, in Russia, initially means in the beginning. In Russia, initially the war was popular. All the people supported, and people supported Tsar Nicholas too. At that time Tsar Nicholas was ruling the country, and people supported. So there was a very much excitement and people supported it. Now number 4, as the war continued, people thought that the war will come to an end very soon, but it continued on and on and on. As the war continued, the Tsar refused to consult the main parties in the Duma. The Tsar Nicholas, he refused to consult the parliamentarians or the representatives of the Duma. So he used to do on his own. He wanted to show power to the world. So, but these representatives, they did not want the war to be continued. So the support was very thin. So many people, they stopped supporting the Tsar Nicholas. Anti-German sentiments means feeling, you know it. Anti means against. Anti-German sentiments ran high, as can be seen in the renaming of St. Petersburg. St. Petersburg, that name was changed into Petrograd. So this shows that anti-sentiments ran very high. Number 6, Russians fought two-front war. They fought two-front war in the east and in the west. So Russians had to fight on both the fronts, east and west. So therefore they lost. Defeat was shocking. defeat was very much shocking and demoralizing. Number of casualties, a huge number of Russian soldiers were killed, and it was quite demoralizing, and people wanted that the war should be brought to an end, or the Tsar Nicholas should give up this idea of continuing the war. Now, number 7, Russian armies lost very badly in Germany and Austria. Russian armies, they lost very much badly in Germany and Austria. So what happened between 1914 to 1916? So within this year, the Russian army was badly defeated. There were over 7 million casualties by 1917. By the year 1917, when the war dragged on, when the war continued, more than 7 million Russian soldiers were killed. So that was a very big number. So it was quite demoralizing and shocking. So as Russians retreated, now once they lost the battle or the war, they had to run back to their homes. As Russians retreated, retreat means move back, they destroyed crops and buildings. So while they were moving back, drawing back, retreating, they destroyed the crops, standing crops, and they destroyed the buildings. Why? Because to stop the enemy from being able to live off the land, means so that the enemy could not survive. They could face shortage of food, they could face the shortage of living quarters. So that's why they destroyed the field, corns or wheat, whatever is grown in the field, it was destroyed, burnt down, and the buildings were destroyed. That was a damage done by Russians once they retreated, because they are lost. So that was the First World War. That is the scene of the First World War. Now in the next class we'll talk about what was its impact. The war had its impact on Russia. What impact it had on Russia. We'll talk about that in our next class. So that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll meet in the next class and continue our lesson in this. So don't waste your time. Keep on reading and writing. So that's all for today.